Welcome. Do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Exclusive.
Court bars electricity company from using estimated bills to customers. Yes, I don't know if Nigeria still a contraption like Donald Trump had said, or like you understand other people in diaspora seeing Nigeria as you know Nigeria not knowing what they want and what they're doing. But notwithstanding, an Akure High Court has barred electricity companies from giving estimated bills to residents and business premises without providing prepaid meters through which appropriate tariffs can be determined. Justice Adegboyega Adebusoye, in his verdict, held that failure to fix prepaid meters to customers and residents or business premises when the money had been paid amount to breach of a contract. Also delivering judgment in a suit filed by a customer, Olutide Afolabi, against Benin Electricity Distribution Company, PLC, BDC. Justice Adebsoye held that the distribution company breached statutory and contractual obligations, having failed to connect the meter of a customer despite being paid. Now, Afolabi, through originating summons, had alleged that he had paid for a meter in 2017 but could not be assigned one because his house was not yet completed. Wow. And that upon completion in 2018, he wrote a letter demanding that the defendant assign him the meter he had paid for. However, this was not acknowledged. He said upon issuing a third letter making the demand, the defendant asked that he should pay 5,000 naira to claim his meter. The payment receipt was pasted on his wall, but no one came to connect the meter. Subsequently, the defendant disconnected the electricity supply meant for the claimant's house without any prior notice. Displeased with the action of PEDC, the claimant asked the court to determine whether the defendants were in breach of their statutory and contractual obligations, whether the defendants were liable, and whether he was entitled to the orders sought. The claimant sought orders of a court declaring that the actions of the defendant amounts to a breach of its statutory and contractual obligations, immediate installation of the meter paid for, restraining the defendant from disconnecting electricity supply of the claimant, and exemplary damages of 1 million naira. Wow. The claimant's lawyer, Kennedy Aladeditire, submitted that the defense claimant, or rather, was in breach of relevant laws and regulations such as Electric Power Sector Reforms Act, and also NERC connection and disconnection procedures of electricity services. In 2007, order on Campi on estimated bills in the Nigeria electricity supply industry 2020 issued by the NERC. Also, he submitted that by case laws, the claimant was entitled to the orders sought and established that the defendant had breached statutory and contractual obligations. The defendant, however, did not make appearance in court, neither did it file a counter affidavit or any court process, also giving the court the leeway and leverage to base its verdict on the originating summons of the defendant claimant. The court relied on case laws which empowered it to act on the uncontroverted facts contained in the affidavit supporting the originating summons. In resolving the issues before it, the court held that by the provisions of the EPSRA 2004, the defendant had the function of distributing electricity supplies to its customer as well as the installation and maintenance of meters. The court also held that the NERC regulation issued in 2020 and relied on by the claimant abrogated arbitrary billings. The court said, "It is my candid opinion that the essence of the orders made by NERC is simply that the estimated or arbitrary billings has been abrogated, as a distributed license, such as the defendant is expected to bill customers in the line with Schedule 1 of the order. And most importantly, the wordings of the said order presuppose that a distribution license as the defendant is expected to supply electricity meter its customers free of any charge or at no extra cost to such customers. The court ruled that in the instance case, the defendant having failed to connect the claimant's meter despite paying contrary to NERC's orders and disconnecting the claimant's electricity supply without a prior notice was a flagrant breach of his statutory and contractual obligations to the claimant. And the court awarded 1 million naira as exemplary damages for the oppressive and reckless act of the defendant, as well as 250,000 naira as cost in favor of the claimant. Wow, wow, wow. Maybe Nigeria will do better. It seems Nigeria is becoming, good. Everybody's now waking up, or rather, in the narrative of politicians' narrative of election, will say, oh, election is fast approaching. So they are giving us a narrative now that if they are voting again into office, they will still be in the office and do better. Now, all these things has not been maybe it has been happening, but I've not heard of it as yet, because what is being read out here is that the power supply, or the people controlling the switch that usually off light, like them be the problem. That under the Nigerian constitution, you do not have rights to even disconnect someone's light. And if having said done, that person has paid for the services, you understand, you pay for the services, and then you should render your service. If you are paid for, then who is going to render the service? The people in charge of the electricity. Elijah Owa. I know my fellow people. They must talk. According to Elijah, I said the laws don't operate in Nigeria. Everything we have here as country is proliferated by our politicians. So they have turned the society into cowboys. Who is standing is a champion. But notwithstanding, my brother, is this a country or a jungle? Well, Nigeria is a country. Elijah said, okay, law works for the unrelenting and not for the pessimists. Sound judgment. The claimant should pursue and get the benefit of the judgment. He needs to get the benefit of judgment because the court has laid the verdict. Well, according to Nnamdi Kanu's international lawyer, I said the judiciary in Nigeria have compromised. They are compromised. That's a big question. Compromise simply means if a lawyer or a judge lay verdicts, that verdict does not hold water until I don't know who will come and give the sanction. Well, notwithstanding, I would like you to share your views in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for listening, and God bless you.